Android Studio lets you create and manage additional branches in your Git repository. You can do this from a few different places. For example, you can go down here to this pop-up menu, and then you can click and drag to drag it up from the top. If you click on existing branches, you can rename them, or you can create brand new branches. So, for example, I'm going to create a brand new branch that I call My New Feature. You can name it anything you want, but it can't have any spaces in it. And then I'll accept the default to check out the branch immediately and create it. And if I click here, I'll see that my new feature is listed. And then I can push that branch up to the website by going to the menu and choosing VCS, Git, Push. I'll see this prompt, and when I click Push, that will create the new branch in the GitHub website. And anybody who clones your repository will have access to that branch. Now let's say that I want to make some changes. I'm going to go to this string, and I'll use an intention action by pressing Option and Return on Mac or Alt-Enter on Windows, and I'll choose Extract String Resource, and I'll assign a resource name of Action Message. And now I've made changes in two files. To see my available changes, I'll click on the Commit tab over here, and I'll see 3 files listed, and I can choose any of these files, and then I can see differences between the existing branch and the old one. To see the changes, click on a file, then press Ctrl-D on Windows or Command-D on Mac, and that will pop up the diff window. In this file, I see that Android Studio has added a new component element for Gradle migration settings. That's fine. I'll accept that. I'll just close this window. But what I really care about are my code changes. I'll click on my activity class and press that keyboard shortcut, and I see an indication that the old literal string was replaced to a call to getString. Then I'll do the same thing in strings.xml, and I'll see the addition of the action message element. Now to save my changes, I'll click this checkbox, and that checks all these items. And then I'll add a commit message, and I'll say extracted string to resource. And now I want to commit both locally and to the remote repository. So instead of just clicking commit, I'll pull down this list and I'll choose commit and push. And you'll see that there's a keyboard shortcut associated with that action. I'll click push, and now my change has been saved both locally and in the remote branch. You can add as many branches as you want to. Now, let's say that you've worked out all your changes in this new feature and you want to integrate them back into your main branch. I'll go down here and I'll choose master. That's my main branch name. And I'll check it out. And then I want to pull those changes from the new branch into the master branch. I'll open the branch list again, and I'll go to the new feature branch. I'll click it, and I'll choose Merge into Current. I see the changes made immediately in my activity class here. I'll press the Shift key twice, and I'll look for my strings.xml file and see that the change has been made there as well. And I won't see any changes in my default change list over here, but I still want to push these changes up to the remote repository. So once again, I'll go to VCS, Git, and Push. I'll click the Push button, and now those changes have been saved to my main branch in the remote repository as well. That's how the new user interface works in Android Studio 4.1. If you want to revert to the old UI that was used in Studio 4.0 and previously, go to your Settings or Preferences. From there, go to Version Control, and then to Commit, and uncheck this option labeled Use Non-Modal Commit Interface. Click OK, click the Git window, and now, if you used the old version control window, this will look familiar. You'll see a default change list, you'll see a log window, pull requests, and the console. You no longer have the ability to see all your branches here like you do in the new UI, but you can easily see all the files that have changed. And to commit your changes, click this icon, or to roll back changes, click this one. If you want to return to the new UI, go through that process again. Go to Preferences or Settings, to Version Control and Commit, recheck the option, click OK, and now the new user interface comes back and the Commit tab will be restored. So whether you use the new user interface or the old one, Android Studio's integration with Git makes it easy to manage the changes you're making to your application files.